Okay, so the purpose of this video is to show you how to use the Intrim drilling jig. So when you receive your order of dowel, which is either comes in a 40mm diameter handrail or a 50mm diameter handrail, you'll need to order a drilling jig to be able to drill holes in the end to attach your componentry to the handrail. So you either order your handrail with bends, so dowel bends to attach to the end of your handrail, or end caps, which need to attach to the end of your handrail to finish your handrail off. So this one I've already pre-drilled, so the end cap will sit in there like that, and it gives you a nice clean finish. And then if it's a bend, then you'll need like a little joining dowel, like a 16mm joining dowel, and that will attach to the end of your handrail there. And then your bend slips onto that, and that attaches and forms a nice join together. And then you glue it together and wait till it dries, obviously. Next thing is to show you how to use the drilling jig. So the Intrim dowel drilling jigs come in 4 different types. So we've got the 40mm diameter that suits a 40mm diameter handrail. Then we've got the drilling jig to suit the 50mm diameter handrail. We have one to suit timber components and another one to suit stainless steel components. So you've got 4 different options to order your drilling jig as. In this case, we have got a Intrim Dowel Rail 40mm drilling jig, and that's for our 40mm timber handrail. So when you receive your dowel drilling jig, it should come in with 4 different components. So it will come with a drill bit piece. So if it's for the timber componentry, it will be a 16mm drill bit, and if it's for our stainless steel connectors, you'll have it's like a 6.75mm drill bit, and then it's made up of one piece that screws into the top, another piece which is like a tapered clamping piece, and then it's also got like a collet in the end that fits the drilling bit into the end of that collet. That is just for the location point in the centre of your handrail, and to get a nice clean drilling line into the end of your handrail. So this piece slips in there like that, so you always want to check to make sure you've got all components of your drilling jig to be able to make it work. And that slips in there like that, so just put it in loosely, and then that slips in there like that. And then you get your handrail, which will come in lengths from 1.2 metres up to 4.8, and you slip that into the end of your drilling jig like that, like so, and then tighten your drilling jig up onto the end of that handrail, which is done just by screwing the 2 parts together, tightening them together. So once you've got your handrail drilling jig attached to the end of your handrail, nice and tight so it won't come loose, you then get a clamp and attach it to a table. So clamp it to a table to give you a nice solid surface to be able to drill into the end of this handrail. And then you get your drill bit, so this is a 16mm drill bit, jobbing bit, and then attach it to the end of your drill, and then you can start drilling into the end of your handrail. So a good measurement to remember is to always drill in at least, this piece is 60mm long. So as long as you drill in at least 30mm, that will give you enough depth to attach it to your bend and then to the end of your handrail. So you can always check just by measuring the dowel, joining dowel on the end of the handrail, and see how far the lines come up. So I've got 60mm there. That gives you enough depth, including your little collet, to the end of your handrail, because there's 30mm to there, and then add 30mm to that, because half of your dowel, joining dowel. That gives you 60 mils. So as long as you're coming up to about 60 mils on the drill piece. Some people use like a piece of tape and mark it on the end of their drill. In this case, I'm just going by. And then we just keep drilling. So now we've drilled into the end of that handrail, and it's up to our drill bit, 60 millimeters long. So it's, as long as it's a little bit longer than our joining dowel, you've got enough depth to make it work. So once we've finished drilling, we can undo the clamp and then undo the jig from the end of the handrail, which is done by just undoing it like that. And then you can slip your handrail out from the end of the jig by twisting and turning it out. And then you can see you've got a nice, clean, deep hole for catching your joining dowel. So you can push that in like that. Now you can attach your bends to the end of that handrail like so. That gives you a nice, clean finish. Also, you can attach your end caps into that hole as well. You see that gives you a nice, clean finish. So obviously you glue your end cap or your bend to the end of the handrail, and then you've finished.